Listen, bro, the hard truth of achieving the success that you're trying to achieve in your life right now is that the current self, the current person that you are right now, has to completely die in order for you to be able to get to the next level. You're not going to be able to keep acting the same way, keep making decisions the same way that you're comfortable with, and expect different results from that. And in this video, I'll explain to you exactly why that is, and also a step-by-step framework of how you can make that change. Because this is probably one of the hardest things you can do as a human being, is to change your identity. Identity is the most powerful driver of human behavior, and if you can change your identity and change who you identify as a person, your results in life will change completely. And I give a bit of a backstory about this because I used to identify as someone who was, I always thought about myself as someone who was struggling to make money online. 2 years ago, I was living with my parents and I had this very scarce mindset around money. I thought that I was not worthy of making money online. I saw other people who were doing way better than me, but my belief and how I looked at myself unconsciously was that I was not worthy of achieving that same success that other people have achieved. And it wasn't until I changed this belief using this framework that I'll share with you in this video that I was able to actually get those results as well. And what this comes down to is a hard shift. You're gonna have to kill, for example, what I used to do is you probably have certain habits of maybe you're doing a crazy, super long morning routine where you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot, where you're spending 2 hours in the morning getting ready to work, and then you end up not actually working that much. There's all different things you're probably doing right now that's holding you back. The thing you just need to realize is the person you are right now, if you're, I don't know, if you're watching porn on a daily basis, if you're scrolling on social media, you're watching Netflix every single day, if you're doing all these things and you're hanging out with people that are not good for you, and you're spending all this time on social media and you're doing all these things that are not gonna help you succeed, that version of you, and that's it's not just these actions that you're doing. You need to understand that that's not just actions that you do. These are things that you identify as. You identify as a person who is fine with watching porn. You identify as someone who will take the escalator over taking the stairs, for example, to give more a fitness example. You identify as someone who is fine with letting yourself skip the gym every single day. All these different actions that you think are not that big, every single action that you take in your day-to-day life is defining who you are as a person. And that's what you need to realize. And the easiest way you can change that, the easiest way that you can actually get new results, is changing who you identify as. Because I speak with people all the time that identify as broke, you identify as being overweight, you identify as being not very intelligent, you identify as not being very social, and you have all these limiting beliefs that you put on yourself, which then causes you to make decisions in accordance with those things that you don't want. And that's so fucking stupid. That's the biggest thing that probably holds you back right now, is just identities that you put on yourself. And if you can shift this, if you can shift what you identify yourself as, your life will change completely. For example, if you start, instead of identifying as someone who always sleeps on decisions, who always thinks about things, who's never quick to take action, if you can shift that into being someone who's able to actually take action on things that make sense, someone who's an action taker, or if you can shift your belief of I'm okay with skipping the gym one day because I don't actually hold myself to high standards, and you can shift that to I am someone who works out every single day because I am a fit person. That's something I've been able to adapt to for myself, and that's why I've been working out now pretty much every single day for the last 2 years, because I identify as someone who is always in shape, and because of that, it's not gonna make sense for me to go out and not work out one day, or skip the gym, or do something that's not in accordance with my identity, because my identity is such a strong driver. So let's focus on that. Is think about who do you want to be? What character traits do you aspire to have? If you want to be successful and make a lot of money, how do people that are very successful operate? Do they make quick decisions and make quick leaps forward, or do they think about things and sleep on things and delay important decisions that they need to make? Someone who's in shape, do they constantly make excuses for why they're not gonna go to the gym, or they keep their habits in place and go to the gym every single day? It's pretty obvious, but if you start thinking that way, it's gonna be so obvious what you need to do and the actions that's gonna get in place. Because ultimately, you need to first off think as the type of person you want to be able to become, so then have your actions align, and then you get the results. There's a quote by, I think it's Alex Hormozi, which is be, do, have. You are the person who is fit. You're a successful person. You think like them. And then you're gonna do the same actions like they do, and then you will end up getting the same results as them. That's how their framework works. And that's what I used to be able to get there as well. Like if I didn't think that I was able to succeed, if I didn't actually have the belief that I was able to achieve more in my life and that I started thinking like a successful person, I would never have gotten to a point now where I'm making over 100k per year, I'm traveling, I'm living out for freedom, I'm able to do all the things I want at 21 years old. It's all thanks to this concept. So after watching this video, realize that this is the most important thing. All the fucked up habits that you have in your life right now, they need to die. Your old identity, your current identity needs to die to get to the next level. Find someone who's achieved what you want to achieve. Start studying successful people and like see how they think, see how they operate, what the beliefs do they hold, and like how are they as people, and start kind of implementing that own mindset and that own identity in your own life. An easy thing you can do is like whenever you're in a decision, you're about to like decide between doing this or doing this, think to yourself, what would a person in shape do? What would a healthy person do? What would a rich man do? And it's gonna be so obvious for you what you need to do. For example, let's say you're in the mall, it's like a small thing. You're supposed to take the stairs or the escalator. And you think to yourself, this is like a small everyday decision. You think to yourself, what would a healthy person do? And it's gonna be so obvious that they will actually take the stairs. Same thing if you're about to do a business decision, like would you start watching Netflix or would you work on your business when you get home from your 9-to-5 job? What would a successful person do? They would obviously work on the business, you know? It's so obvious, and if you start doing that, you'll get into that mindset and you'll ultimately become that person. So that's all I have for this video. If you want to get my help, get my coaching and learn from me in terms of how to get into remote sales and start making money online, you can join the community down below in the description, and I'll help you out and give you all the coaching and help you make a shit ton of money with remote sales and help you really get on your first start making money online basically with remote sales. So if you're interested in that, hop in the community down below. If you're not interested, no worries at all. I'm gonna see you tomorrow as always in the next video. So take care in the meantime and subscribe so you don't miss out on the future videos, and I'll see you soon tomorrow. Take care. Ciao.